about our RIAT history. Mine's all as a spectator, but Spiv, you've been involved behind the scenes before now.
That's right, yes. I have been the Deputy Director for Aircraft Operations for the past 2 or 3 years, running effectively the sort of OC operations job in the flight centre, looking after air traffic, ground ops and aircraft operations. But this year a change for me, a very big and different job as the third man in the commentary team, and thoroughly looking forward to it. Notwithstanding the weather today, I had a great experience.
135R, call sign Trout99, will get airborne following the F-16.
Well, that's going to go for airborne, that then.
I think he'll...
She readies for her takeoff run. It'll be a fairly long takeoff run, I think, as well. Maybe rotate around crowd centre, if not a touch further. Of course, the 707 was an aircraft which really revolutionised jet travel for the mass population, didn't it really, Ben?
It did, yes. The de Havilland Comet, of course, not having had the best of starts to its operational life with those early fatal accidents, but the 707 really the right aircraft at the right time for the world's airlines looking for jet equipment, and such a successful machine it proved, with service for many air forces in many different roles. This is just one of them, the NATO Boeing 707-320.
Look at the spray from the full surface runway. 707 roll and rotate. As the Fokker 50 begins to roll. So as the Fokker 50 departs, I believe the Merlin is going to get airborne, then go and hold, and
along with the control committee on the weather minima.
So the Merlin is airborne. He'll go and hold crowd rear. We should get a good view of him though as he passes along the runway here. We will see a couple more of these Merlins in the Royal Naval Barrow later today. And also used by the Royal Air Force, of course. This is the navalised version, the HM1. Has over 1100 hours on this type. Needs a fairly short takeoff run to get airborne into his display, the Gripen. And the lights on suggest that takeoff is imminent. Flight Lieutenant Matt Barker is the Hawk display pilot this year, and as Spiv said, this will now get airborne and head off into the Cerny hold. Cold Rose in Cornwall. And the solo Merlin, a fairly rare sight on the air show circuit these days. We did have for a few years the Royal Air Force Team Merlin. They're here on static display this year. But if you look at it that way, it's a crew of 3 normally, 1 pilot, 1 observer, 1 air crewman. Military service with Denmark, Italy, Portugal, Japan and the UK. The item as behind me points out is turning the Chinook HC2 twin engine helicopter, which always gives us a very, very spectacular display. The Hawk is down, another chance to see a good close-up view of that Union flag.
Today, this aircraft is recently back from operations in Afghanistan
2 weeks ago. Flown by Lieutenant Russ Norman today.
in Afghanistan.
We'll This machine, as we said, is a ZA6
Chinook display pilot. Just look at that, reefing it round there. Dave Morgan brought the Chinook back onto the airshow circuit 5 years ago, and since then it's been a fabulous performer.
Yeah, one of those displays that always gets talked about. Never becomes overly familiar, the Chinook display. Always great to see such a large machine really flung around.
They obviously didn't like our display datum there, so they've amended the Classic 3.
Because he was born and the RIAT and the looping with the main formation. Going up. Formation. Starting, as I told you, from 320 knots, going up in the sky, separating the two sections. He leaves the feed from now.
Charles Lucas leading the Jetstream quartet now. Mixture of civilian Serco contractor pilots and serving members of the Fleet Air Arm in this Porsche Jetstream combine, Mercury formation. These the last of the fly-past aircraft to land for the moment, because what we're about to see is a little bit of the theatre for which the
controller, scramble, scramble, scramble.
Listen for the famous Falcon howl as Falcon scrambles. The extraordinary sound of those 4 Rolls-Royce Bristol Olympus 202 2-shaft turbines.